Greetings, salutations, and welcome. My name is Michael, and I'm the Dead Oz Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, The Ruby Phoenix. This, of course, is our wonderful Patreon game that we run on Friday mornings with these amazing people that help me continue making content, hanging out with you guys, and doing all sorts of wonderful things. Now, the Ruby Phoenix adventure is actually based on the Fist and Rise of the Ruby Phoenix, both of which are wonderful adventures by Pathfinder and Paizo. But instead of starting at level 11, which is where those adventures start, announcement on Discord. What announcement on Discord? Is there an announcement on Discord? Oh, Discord didn't announce when I went live. That's weird. It should be there in a minute. It's all automated, so if it's not there, then weird. But anyway, yeah, so Rise of the Ruby Phoenix and Fist of the Ruby Phoenix both take place at level 11, but I sat down with my players and said, you know what? Let's get there. Let's see what the journey was like before our heroes do that particular adventure, and here we are. We're getting to enjoy the lands of Tianzia, enjoying the journey of these wonderful characters, who I'm sure the players are eager to tell you about. So without any further ado, let me throw the ball over to them so they can introduce themselves and the characters that they're playing, starting with our wonderful Nick. Good morning, Nick.
Morning. Am I on?
You are.
Hold on. Good. Okay, I always forget to unmute. I'm Nick, and I play Hatsune, who is a dwarven monk who specializes in the martial art of sumo wrestling. She likes to travel with her bear companion, Bo, who is just a bear who loves also to do sumo. And we're having a great adventure with a bunch of new friends, and who I think we might get close to be calling family soon, I reckon. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. And of course, next to Hatsune, we have Liu, played by the wonderful Rick. Hello!
Hello. Yes, I play Liu. He is a Tengu monk, another monk. It's a martial arts adventure. That's kind of normal. I specialize in a particular form, but yeah, it's probably closest to drunken mastery at the moment because Liu has not had a particularly well spent last 10 years. Now you're muted, Michael.
Okay, there we go. I killed it. All right, now, next up we have the amazing Sean playing the role of Kaito. Good morning.
Good morning. But yeah, Kaito is a young, like 13-year-old kitsune who kind of was abandoned on the streets at an early age and is trying to get stronger. But he seems to be jumping from frying pan to frying pan, and now he just jumped into the fire. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's true, quite literally. All right. Next up, of course, we have Edward, aka Captain Malik, playing the role of the indomitable Taicho. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello. Yes, I'm Edward, aka Captain Malik from same Twitch channel. I play Taisho. Taisho is an Oni who is, he's in a bit of a pickle, shall we say, or rather he's being currently pickled, or maybe burnt, maybe cooked. Something on those lines.
Frying pan with Kaido.
Yeah,
Definitely roasted.
It's definitely roasted, and he was there before Kaito joined him, so maybe Kaito was perhaps... maybe there's something going on here. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see.
Kaido's the side dish.
Well, you guys will have to find out in just a minute what's going to happen with these guys. And I want to point out, these guys are my wonderful Patreons. They do, of course, pay me for the pleasure of being able to play here. But as many people know, I do not hold my punches at all. I mean, I create reasonable encounters, but definitely do not hold anything. So we might be losing a character today. We might not. I mean, we'll find out. Otherwise, it'll turn into a very quick and impromptu character creation stream. But yeah. Next up, we have, of course, last but not least, the amazing Neil, aka Immersion Diversion, playing the role of Tamaki. Good morning, Neil.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well, thank you. Tell us about your character.
Yes, I play Tamaki. Or his full name is Tamaki Kai, but he goes by Tamaki just because it's like his family name. But yeah, he is a investigator elf who studies the Sabai fighting style, which is scarf fighting, rope fighting, stuff like that. Just anything loose he can kind of throw around and stuff. But yeah, he came from a family of magistrates who or not a family of magistrates. He is a magistrate in training, but is now away and wondering what's happening with that said family. So, yeah.
All right, fantastic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you are here and watching the Dead Aussie Gamers stream, first of all, welcome. And secondly, you are not invited here just to sit here as an audience member. You're invited warmly and welcomely to come behind the GM screen and help influence the course of the game. The one thing that makes these games unique is that my players are both hindered and helped by the efforts of the audience. You can do this in one of two ways. The first is you can donate to the stream through contribution points, which you earn from watching the stream. If you look on the bottom left-hand side of your chat, there are a bunch of dollary-doos, which you can use to, basically do a whole bunch of random and cool things, ranging from allowing my players to reroll failed saves, granting insight bonuses to give clues on how to overcome particular challenges, plot twists where you can generate random plot twists from this deck of cards that I use that will influence the game. Granting group inspiration to everyone, which allows them to reroll checks. Magic Bag, which is a fun new one, which is they pull out an item or object that is relevant and helpful to the situation they're currently doing. Wandering PCs and bosses as well are also among the rewards there. Now, in addition to that, you may also attempt to help out by helping the stream itself with monetary donations. A $5 donation will give you a hero point or a jinx point, which can be used to petition the GM for stuff, save people from death, give people rerolls on stuff. It's a permanent reward until the players use it. For the $10 reward, we have Wheel and Woe, where the scene suddenly shifts in or against the favor of one of the party members. For $20, you can grant someone a natural 20, as you can see down here. Because, natural 20s are really cool. We like natural 20s. And for $50, you can create a custom magic item, boss buff, or, potentially, you can create an NPC that will be inserted into the game and go on an adventure. Now, we've had NPCs join in, and they've created entire side quests. So, the NPC one, like all of the $50 tiers are like big permanent things that will inherently change the scope of what we're doing. So in advance, thank you so much, and please enjoy our game. Now, the story begins as our heroes, a group of ragtag individuals thrust together by fate and fortune, are escaping from the city of Goka. There, the evil Oni daimyo has set its sights upon our group, trying to bring an end to them as they have caused some disruptions in the underground fighting pits. Little do they realize that many of the Oni daimyo's people have integrated themselves deeply within society, and they are at present no match for them. Thus, thanks to the efforts of Kaito's master Yan Li, the group has been given several scrolls, each of which bound to an element that is tied to a master across the continent. By speaking with these masters, they will learn secret techniques that will allow them to rise up and fight against the Oni daimyo. Currently, our group is en route to the Dragon Temple in hopes of finding information about where the Master of Fire may reside. Along the journey, they have come across a number of challenges, some of which were natural, some of which involved an army of ninja tengu attacking werewolves. And more recently, upon the steps leading up to the Dragon Temple, our heroes have encountered the first of the Guardians, a stone kami that blocks their path. Its guise that of an angry Oni standing very, very, very powerfully on the steps to the temple, which of course I will now share to my lovely audience so I can send some appreciation. There we go. To the artist who made this map, which was none other than our dear friend Neil. Look at that. So Neil actually during the break made us a battle map, which is awesome, and I was very impressed with it. So so we're going to be using it for today. So, without any further ado, and hoping that I've shared my sound, which I haven't. Bad, Michael. Shared my sound with my players. There we go. Much better.
Also, is Tamaki even on the map?
No, Tamaki died.
I dead. Tamaki dead.
There you go.
He's gone.
Here we go.
He wasn't even eating. He just.
He just was thrown off the map. Yeah, you're back at the bottom of the mountain.
I got smacked by Bo again.
Honestly, I'd probably rather be smacked by Bo than smacked by this thing.
Hopefully that sound's coming through.
Yep, I hear it on my
Is it too
end.
loud?
No, it's pretty good.
Oh, it's perfect.
Okay, good. Let me know if it does get too loud, though. All right, so our heroes, resting in battle, are fighting this giant stone figure. Its huge, bulging arms swing out wildly as the distended jaw behind the Oni mask has just swallowed its second victim. Inside its guts that burn with a bright flame, we see Taisho lying and roasting away as Kaito begins his descent down the gullet into the flames. Bo, the giant bear, and Hatsune are up on the upper level behind where the statue is and watches in horror as their friends disappear. At the bottom of the stairs, you can see Liu, our Tengu monk, and Tamaki not able to react in time to stop poor Kaito from being snatched up by these massive jaws and swallowed. We begin our combat with Tamaki.
Just in astounding awe, like, holy crap, what happened? As Kaito just got eaten. He's gonna back up. Oh, I can't move him.
Oh yeah, let me fix that for you. There you go.
He's gonna back up to get away from him. And then I'm going to second action, use my devise a stratagem to try and figure out a way to hit him pretty good. And so the idea is just kind of catch the Oni statue behind the leg, try to get him to kind of fall to one knee, kind of make it easier for let's say if this goes well and I hit with it, I'm gonna have the flat foot go to Hatsune. So let's do the attack with the bladed scarf. That's okay, good. Whew. You muted.
Still muted.
So as you swing the scarf, you're looking and trying to devise what the best ways to hit this creature are. You go for the knees, you go for the elbows, and manage to cut into some of the weaker points of the rock as they flex and move.
As I deal 11 points of damage, and the flat foot's gonna go to Hatsune.
All right.
So he's flat-footed to her. So, yeah.
Okay. So so Hatsune, you'll get a +2 bonus to your attack when striking at the golem.
And
Right.
I kind of just say to her, his knee is. I made his knee a little weaker. Hit from behind.
All right, Liu, you are still a bit groggy after taking a pretty nasty hit from earlier on, as you are enfeebled too when you jarred your hand and the muscles are still very, very sore. You kind of nurse it a little bit, but are still keen and ready to fight. What do you want to do on your turn?
Liu will just like Tamaki a little gobsmacked, so Kaito wouldn't volunteer to be eaten. But yes, he's quite distressed by the situation, and just calls out, "Hatsune, Bo, smash this thing!" We'll hop back in and unleash a flurry of blows.
Hit him enough, maybe he'll vomit.
All right. As you
He's
jump
actually
in,
hoping that Bo is going to just tear this thing open, but it's kind of hard to communicate that to a bear.
oh yeah, you jump in and just start to lay in, again trying to protect more the injured arm of yours. Make your attacks, should I say?
I'm assuming I get flanking bonus, given that I'm on the other side from all the others.
Yes, correct.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. Your first hit cracks at its stone. For
Oh, yeah.
9 points of damage.
Uncross.
Very
And
nice.
second attack. Hang on.
Oh wait. Oh no, that was good. Oops.
Ooh,
That'll hit.
nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Stumbling strike.
Very nice.
And Liu just barely resists the temptation to try and taunt this thing after what had just happened to Kaito.
Very well.
And a trash talk.
Oh wait.
No, I don't want that happening to me too.
I don't know. You probably taste like chicken.
All right, a series of very powerful blows managed to make their way, digging deep into the stone. Taisho. Are burning.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You take 7
no.
points
Please
of
don't kill me.
damage.
Oh,
That happens at the
okay,
beginning of the
that's
turn.
okay.
Oh crap!
what are you at?
That's okay. 12 hit points remaining, so I'm okay.
Dang it.
I guess I gotta look them up.
Taisho's a bit pissed. GM,
Yep.
I'm gonna need your help here. Taisho is at this present moment not a fire mage in any way.
Yep.
But in a sort of role-playing way, Taisho is now exceptionally pissed, and he yells out, "I will not die to the fire. The fire is me!" And he sees that vision of that angry flame-wreathed Oni, and that's what he sees. That's in his mind's eye, and he yells out, "You are me, and we are you. Together we take the fire!" And essentially, what he's trying to do is he can't right now, but he's trying to absorb the fire that is currently trying to burn him into him, so that he can then turn it and channel it again against the statue from the inside.
You're gonna eat the statue from the inside?
How might I go about doing this, or is this simply a role-playing bit?
Okay, so let's start with the basics. The basics is yes, that would be all role play.
Yeah.
As you do not have that power or ability at all. However, you do have a natural 20. Now, while traditionally petitioning stuff does require hero points, I would be happy to consume your natural 20 in order to allow you to absorb the fire damage. That is to say, to hold the damage that you have just been dealt, which is 7, within your person, to be able to add damage to the next attack that you make. This will be an action to do so, to channel and grab that ability. And I'll throw in also that the 7 damage will not injure you, so you'll heal that 7 damage that you just got dealt back. That would be my offer.
I am perfectly happy for that to go ahead.
All right.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna heal you for 7 hit points.
All right, I'm
I'm
gonna
then
put
going
myself on
to-
rage.
Yep. I am then going to. Well, so you're gonna have to rage separately. So there's the rage,
Okay.
and then there's the absorb, and then you'll have 1 attack.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's fine.
Cool. So there's that.
Well, you were keeping that for a good reason, and I feel like that's a pretty good reason.
It's a good one. All right. So, as Taisho yells at the flames, you hear the resonance around around the central of the gut of this giant statue, and as it shakes, the fires begin to burn brighter, and they pour into Taisho. You can see that there are a number of runes, like kind of Chinese script, written around his arm, especially his throat and his stomach, as fire begins to pour into his body. As it does so, yep, your the symbols begin to glow, and you can only hold on to the charge for so long. What do you want to do?
I want to. I presumably have kept hold of my scimitar as I fell into the stomach.
Yep.
So channel the fire and the power that I'm currently holding into the scimitar and start slashing at the inside of the creature.
Okay, make your attack.
It'd be awesome if you could do more than 16 damage. Because then you'll just open it.
Just bear with me for a second.
Yeah, no worries.
I need to check on.
This is all on one die roll, and I'm hoping to God it works.
Alright, there we go.
Because I've got to hit it from the inside.
Swallow whole. There we go. Okay. Rupture.
Also, I didn't realize that you take the fire damage at the beginning of the turn, so like, no, I'm gonna go down right away. I can't do what I wanted to do.
Oh well, keeping in mind, you'll only take the what do you call it? The dying condition. You won't actually.
Yeah.
Okay, swallow whole. Well, I'll check it. I'll check on that myself. But there's the rupture ability. I'm just gonna keep the AC at the same at the moment. So 18 is the AC still. So just make your attack normally.
Wish me luck. Come on, roll high, roll high, roll high.
That's
Yeah!
enough.
Oh, yes! Oh, okay. Shall I add the 7 damage?
Yeah. Just add 7 damage manually.
Right, then I'll put it up to 8 because it's extra +1 for my raging.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not going to adjust for me? Oh, it doesn't want to adjust.
It could be loading.
The bottom left.
Yeah.
If try using the other numbers instead of the numpad.
Oh, there we go. That's why.
Yeah, things don't like the numpad.
Something.
Yeah, I normally do, but for some reason it doesn't want to work for me. Anyway, it's
Well,
there.
yeah, I like using the numpad, but my computer just doesn't ever
Wow!
like it.
17 points of damage. It is not looking good. But it is now the statue's turn.
Does that mean it ruptured?
I
I thought it was 16 was the rupture
I think
thing.
it was 14.
Let's have a look. Rupture.
I know it was very
remember
high, so
I-
high that
I remember I
Tamaki
had
couldn't
to
do
do
it.
Nope, Rupture
Yeah.
was 14. Rupture was 14.
Yeah, I would have
So
had
yes.
to do max damage in order to do it.
Okay.
before.
So as you cut through you cut through the side. While you have not killed the creature, you have managed to eject yourself out of the side. That as your blade cuts into the stone, it cracks and you pour out, as well as some of the flames. Which, as you do so,
You hear?
it then instinctively, almost like it's trying to cover a wound, places its hand over one of the sides. And as it does so, it is going to digest.
Oh shoot, it gets to go right now? Oh fuck.
It
Oh,
is
sorry.
It goes
its turn,
before you
yeah.
do.
So it is going to spend.
It's gonna just eat.
Well, it is
Yeah,
digesting. It is digesting.
I thought
some
I
of
was
the
gonna have one. Dang it.
All right. So,
Oh, no.
what's your dying level at, Kaito?
A dying level?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, it's a 1 because he's only just got knocked unconscious.
All right. I don't
No,
think-
I was still conscious
Yeah,
because
Sean's
I
still not
used
to
the
see
Oh, that's-
ability where I get on and I'll get knocked down to 1 HP.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
Yep. Okay. So let me do that real quick. So you are non-conscious. All right. Well, you take 1d6 points of damage. So you'll take 5 damage, which will knock you down. And the statue. Come here, you. The statue heals 4 hit points. Nope, it doesn't take 700 damage. Thank you. That's not it at all.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
700 damage.
All right.
It
So
explodes.
as the fire burns brighter, you see that rupture begin to seal off. With its turn. Whoa, what does it want to do? Okay, I'm gonna roll the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it's still grappled by Bo, who's grabbed it from behind and is still biting on it. So I'm gonna get. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna work. Okay, so 4. Okay. So he's going to try and throw Bo off with an athletics check. All right. Ooh, 19.
Ooh.
And Bo is at 21. Bo hangs on.
Ooh.
All right. With its last action, it is going to digest again. So, Kaito, you gain the dying condition again. So you're on dying 2.
And was it 4 is what I don't want, right?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Yep. You're on dying 2, and the creature heals another 3 hit points. It's not a great heal, but you know. That's not right either. There we go. All right. So that is what the creature does. Hatsune.
I'm just glad that Taisho got out because then he'd be healing like twice.
Yes. Well, he'd do 1 attack and it'd heal 2d6 instead of
Yeah.
She was initially stunned by Kaido going through down the gullet of and she roared as Bo held on in this guttural roar. Now, Tamaki, did you say go for the knee, was it?
So technically what happens is, yes, you get, that's just, I think the flavor is like I hit him so he falls to his knees, and then I give flat foot condition when one of my players, or when one of my allies hit the target.
Okay.
That target gets flat footed. So yeah, but yeah, that was just me saying, because I hit him in the knees, so maybe another knee hit will bring him down further.
Yep.
So.
Yep, sure. I just wanted to make sure I remembered that right.
But it basically just makes it easier to hit him. So.
Yep. So with that roar, she stands, and it's almost like she gets broader. She just be taking mountain stands, and she just really hunkers down like those sumos down. Roars this second guttural roar, and she's going to mountain stance and try and take out the same knee from behind. Tamaki hit. So I'm going to mountain stance his kneecap from the back, from behind.
Very nice.
And
all right.
try and take out that knee. So I'm just going to roll mountain stance onto him. That's right. Yeah, the die.
Yeah.
With +2 to hit.
I've got to put the modifier in, do I?
Actually, +4 because you got 2 from flat-footed because that's what the aiming for the knee.
Oh yeah, they got flat-footed.
And
yep.
then you're also flanking as well.
All right. So did I pick that up? Yep. And then I'll put it on him.
Oh!
Hell yeah!
Damn! All right, roll your damage. This might be it. This might do it.
A score!
Come on!
Yes!
Ooh.
Yeah!
That's a heavy hit. It's still up, but you shatter that knee. You watch as it just sort of starts to crumble into pieces. It's still got a little bit left to like sort of hang on, but definitely not much. All right, but you do get a crit card, and this might tip it over.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, if it's a
pick
bonus
number
damage one.
between 1 and 5.
5.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Starts
5.
rolling down the hill. Crushes
With
the-
your bludgeoning damage. All right, with your bludgeoning damage, you deal. The foot smash. Ironically, target is flat-footed until the end of its next turn. So it's now
Awesome.
flat-footed against everyone.
Yes!
That's funny.
Those
All right.
buzzes.
So there it is.
So just for
Yeah.
So just for flavor, can you describe what he's like now? So is he down on one knee or what?
I think Bo's almost holding him up now.
Yeah, basically Bo's holding him
Yeah,
up. So
Bo's
as,
supporting him.
as this giant bear is kind of like lifting him off the ground, you see as Hatsune sort of lands this palm strike to the back of the knee, that bits of like the gravel has sort of shattered out. There's maybe like a couple of metal bars that kind of hold the bits of stone together where the knee used to be, but has now been basically collapsed. The structure itself becoming itself unstable and making it difficult for it to walk around. As Bo hangs onto it, however, I'm gonna let you make an attack for Bo if you would like, as it is Bo's turn.
Just to be D20?
Nick has a second strike coming if she wants.
Oh yeah, you can
Yeah.
do the second strike. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So she's just gonna try and smack it again.
Yeah.
I don't have any modifier, do I, or not?
Yeah, it's still plus
Still the
4
plus
because it's
4,
still
yeah.
flat-footed and flanking.
Mhm.
Oh, we only plus 2 because now
Okay.
I've applied the flat-footed automatically.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, I've done that, and it's the second die because it's a second attack, isn't that right?
Correct.
Oh, where? Oh, hand's not picking that up.
Oh,
really?
It teetered on the 20 again.
It did. All right, with this next
I'll still
hit,
take
roll
it.
your damage as your second follow-up strikes right at kind of the base of the spine, and as it does so, the whole figure crumbles.
Thank you. You saved Kaito.
The flames disappear, and you watch as the stone falls to the ground.
I assume Bo drops him.
Yeah, Bo just it sort of crumbles in Bo's paws as he sort of leans back and sort of roars at the bits of rock, starting to dig at it. You see him kind of grab hold of Kaito and sort of pull him out of the rubble.
Yep.
I run over to Kaito, pulling a elixir of life out of my bag, and I immediately use it on him.
All right, make a acrobatics check as you're running on the stairs.
Ooh.
I'm joking. Don't do that.
I totally would have.
I would love to see that fail too.
Yeah. Ah! Well, there goes the healing potion.
Kaito would have loved to fail though.
All right. Walking over to Kaito, you pour the elixir down Kaito's throat. As it does so, you heal how many hit points?
Is 1d6 plus. Oh, there. I actually have the thing here. It's 1d6 plus 1. So let me just throw that on him. So he heals 6 hit points.
All right.
Yay.
So healing 6 hit points. Beautiful. You are no longer dying, but you are now wounded. All right. Kaito, your eyes begin to adjust as you awaken onto the staircase.
That was really stupid. I had a plan. It just really was not a good one. That hurt way more than I expected it to.
Is everyone all right? Looking to Taisho and Kaito, and then everyone, including.
I don't think I've been all right since we've met each other.
You're alive. That's all right. I'm gonna take out my healer's tools, and I'm gonna attempt to bandage them both up if we got a little time, or should we wait till we get to the top?
A little help would be helpful.
Leo
I
looks up
have
the
never
stairs.
been eaten before.
Leo looks up the stairs and goes, "That could still take a while.
True.
We're only a fraction of the way up the mountain so far."
All right, so I'm gonna make 2 medicine checks. It'll take 20 minutes to do it, but for both, because it's 10 minutes for one, 10 minutes for another. So
I'll wait. I'll
Actually,
wait
still
20
slightly on
minutes.
fire.
you're still slightly up.
Yeah, he's warm. He's warm to the touch.
All right,
He's
so I
wear
need to do
gloves.
15. So let me just make sure. Treat wounds. Yeah. So if I make it, you will get 2d8 hit points. Okay, so first on Taisho. Ooh, that's a
Ooh.
I actually made a 20, but I don't think I'm.
No, that's fine.
Expert.
With that, you get a critical success on your medicine check.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that is true. So you heal
Yeah.
48 instead of 2d8.
Wow.
Awesome.
Could you do that to me too? Because that'd be awesome.
Ah, that's a
Wow,
lot.
you
Not with a roll like that.
A critical heal, and you heal 5 hit points. Well done.
Wasn't the
Oh
worst.
my
It wasn't the
goodness.
worst. It wasn't the worst.
It wasn't.
Yeah, and then Kaito.
Wow.
Oh damn.
Oh,
It's not a critical failure. I don't believe it's not.
Let's see.
I think
the
a
DC,
5 would be
the
a
DC
critical
for
fail.
you treating wounds.
It's 15.
Do you have healer's tools?
I do.
Okay. So with
That
the
doesn't,
healer's
like,
tool
hurt me,
in
does it?
mind, it takes you. So it'll take you basically like half an hour almost to do these healings because each one
That's
check
fine.
takes you 10 minutes. The DC of the check is 15. So while you have failed, you have not critically failed.
Yeah.
But as
I don't think I
mentioned, because
can
you-
fail. I've got a +6, so.
yeah, that's fine. But you do manage to critically heal at least one of your party members.
Yep.
All right.
I've made the adjustment.
Yep. So in the half an hour that you guys are quote unquote resting, what are the rest of you doing as Tamaki is healing Kaito and Taisho?
You will be taking the opportunity to actually go over and congratulate Taisho, Hatsune, and Bo, because he was impressed. He's a veteran of the fighting pits. He's seen all sorts of fighting styles and been in all sorts of stupid scrapes. But the way Hatsune just took that statue apart and Taisho being able to break out, that was impressive. So, yeah, it's kind of. It gives an awkward kind of bird-like laugh that morphs into almost a squawk. that was awesome.
Asher looks dazed at you. So. I have never been eaten before.
Neither have I. I'm judging by the two of you. It's not an experience I'm keen to pursue.
I don't have much memory of it. I was almost unconscious before I even hit the belly.
Well, it was a brave thing to do. I won't say it was clever, but it was brave.
Well, unfortunately,
Yes.
bravery and stupidity are very intertwined. And unfortunately, I feel like that was more on the stupid side of things.
Oh, I was going to ask, why did you follow me into the mouth?
I was hoping it would hold me above its mouth like it did with you, and I could spray water into the fires below. But it didn't. It just immediately swallowed me.
You realize he
Yeah.
just wanted to get you wet again, really.
I was hoping
Tyson
that,
confused.
I was hoping that it could quench the flames. And
I'm not sure if that is a joke or if that actually is what you were planning.
unfortunately, that is what I was planning.
Quench the flames with my blood.
Yes. Instead, that's almost what happened. His voice that came from on high.
Yep. Hatsune looks at Liu, and there's this funny look on her face as she attempts to look serious and bow. Honorable sir, thank you for your kind words, but the effect is ruined by the way her face is screwing up as she's trying hard not to laugh at the trill squawk laugh that the bird creature gave. And then while we wait for the Tamaki to look at the other two and heal them, not fully understanding how the creature was able to use the rock, she's using the nervous energy from the excitement and the adrenaline that's still pumping through her because she wasn't expecting to take it down so fast, to actually separate the rocks and put them in different places so it can't reform, because she has no idea what this thing was and she doesn't want to do it again. So she's sort of trying to separate the rocks to make it difficult to reform.
Sure. Separating the rocks out, you do get this sense that the magic or the essence that was once in this stone is now gone. But just for safekeeping, you kind of start throwing the rocks just kind of out into the wilderness and stuff like that. As Bo thinks it's some sort of grand game and does the same thing, like just whee and just starts basically throwing rocks at everyone. A stray rock hits Tamaki in the side of the head, just. Like just as Bo's, like I said, Bo's not being careful.
Yeah.
Bo, off the side, Bo, off the side.
That's why you failed my medical check. Because I hit by a rock.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right.
As I finish up my bandaging, and I say, now I can do this again in another hour. Try not to get hurt by then, and I might be able to heal you again sooner than later.
Sadly, I can't make any promises, apparently.
Yeah, I just somehow fail at healing you.
So long as you all... I got eaten.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Well,
So
so long as you all don't also get eaten, I will be fine.
It's good it wasn't Lou
happened?
it was trying to eat, otherwise it would have got alcohol poisoning.
That might have helped.
Yeah, he could have bursted into flames.
Feathery flame.
All right.
Oh, Liu, you have sake?
Maybe a little left. He hands over what's left, the top piece of the bamboo. It's there's dregs.
Tasha considers drinking it, then looks at his bandages, and then looks at the drink again. Holds out his arm, just goes,
Oof.
Ooh.
I can only imagine how painful actually pouring sake on open wounds would be.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It's yeah. I'm gonna get you to make a medicine check for me.
okay.
As I just watch him do this, I'm like, what?
Yeah, Taisha thinks that medicine will help, that alcohol will help with the pain.
Oh wow.
It doesn't. Well, okay. As many of you know, alcohol isn't designed to help with the pain at all. It's to help with infection.
Antibacterial.
And no, without too much trouble, it will prevent you from getting the wound getting infected, as you pour the sake onto your wound. But it stings to high heaven.
He just grits his teeth.
I stand up and I take the last two out and I just say, these are the last two potions that I have. If you guys want to use them now, one each, you can. But this is all I have until I prepare more.
If anything happens, if anything comes up, I'll heal. But for now, I'm good enough to walk.
Sounds good.
Thank you, healer. You are no. Thank you, healer. You are a good person.
I do my best. And I put it in the bag. Let's make our way up.
All right, yep, let's do this. This is gonna be a tiring walk.
All right.
Anyone want to carry me?
Yeah, I'll carry you. Bo will carry you.
Oh, yeah, that'd actually be nice.
Right
I was
up.
making a joke, but I'll take it.
Now, as you begin to climb upwards, you're still kind of nursing your hand. Tamaki, I want you to make a perception check.
20.
Yeah, you notice that Liu's arm isn't at 100%. Like, it seems to still be well, he seems to have injured it some way.
Okay. I don't know much about bird anatomy, so
Oh,
I don't-
okay, fair enough. But Oni and Fox anatomy, you're all good with. I get it. No, it's fine. You keep moving as
Okay,
you
fine.
as you walk
I
up
don't know, I
the
just
the
take it
stairs
back.
and go. Oh, yeah, sorry, I don't do birds. Well, good luck, Liu. No worries about
Okay.
that.
That's not what I meant.
Hope you
I was
didn't
gonna-
need any healing throughout this game.
No, I
You
meant.
didn't even roll the medicine check. Get out of here, you. Hey, get out of here with that. Go on, tell me what you meant to say.
All right. So I guess I get up behind, or I go by Lou walking up with him, and it's like, I say, something wrong with your arm?
Yeah, I sprained my arm trying to punch that thing. Got some good blows off with the right hand. The left, I've bent some fingers, and
did get
my
some pretty
elbow's
good-
jarred.
Yeah, you did get some pretty good punches in there.
You look at his hand. His hand has got 3 out of the 5 fingers on one fist completely broken in like 3 different places.
Okay. Tell you what, can you? How
It's
far
like you
can
got
you
some
move
good
your
punches.
hand up?
Hey, and oh my god! Like as you
How
just
far-
see this, like
It's just all
yeah.
mangled.
Yeah.
How far do you think you can move your arm up?
oh,
I mean, shoulder range of motion at the shoulder's not too bad. It's just, yeah, I don't want to straighten it just at the moment.
And then without him, I'm going to just relocate it while he's doing that.
they're broken, Neil.
Yeah,
Oh, I
they're not,
thought-
they're
I
not,
thought it was
they're not
dislocated.
dislocated.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
That's
Never
mangled.
okay. No,
mind.
no, that's okay. I'll pass that off to a player faux pas versus a medicine faux pas. But you can make a medicine check. Also,
Okay.
folks at home, PSA from the Dead Aussie Gamer: do not attempt to relocate broken. Never mind. He tries to relocate your broken hand.
Oh.
All right, you are now enjoying enfeebled 4.
Oh, fuck. Ooh,
Ooh.
Yeah, at one point or another, you think, like, you know, clearly this is a dislocated series of fingers, and as you kind of twist it, you
yeah.
slam it, and it's like, oh wait, no, those were broken. But McBluff is gonna give you a reroll, so maybe he'll help you just in time.
Thank you.
That image in my head though is not
Oh,
going
yeah.
to leave.
That's funny.
All right,
Oh,
with a
gosh.
20.
There we go.
With a 20,
Oh,
you manage to reduce the enfeebled condition by 1. Again, much like with treating the wounds, you can do the other in an hour.
Okay.
But well done. Liu deserves better. It's not for Tamaki. Fair enough.
Oh.
Savage. Okay. So, you continue to make your way up the flight of stairs. It isn't long before you arrive at what looks to be a small temple. All right. Hopefully the music's coming through now. At the top of the stair, well, not at the top of the stairs, part way through the stairs, embedded into the forest, is a small balcony that overhangs a large cliff. Over the horizon, you can see the rest of the valley, the forests with its bright oranges for the autumn season, the blue sky that stretches with clouds that weave like serpents between the flowing currents. You can see the waterfall and the creek that seem to lead down past where you had risen up, and you can actually see that there is a actual waterway directly above the shrine that catches water coming down from the mountain and passes it through the temple, over the roof of the temple, through a series of channels, and then out over the edge as 5 almost like little mini waterfalls. Like they're basically 5 thin streams pour over the ledge on the cliff face and then recollect at a large pool at the bottom of about a 40-50 foot slope, and then continue to flow down the forested countryside. As you approach the temple, it looks to be almost completely abandoned, but in completely and utterly perfect condition. A wooden structure in the center greets you, as in the center of which you can see a glorious visage of a samurai. This is a depiction of the goddess Shizuru. Anyone who wishes to may make a lore religion check. Anyone who doesn't wish to may not.
Lore religion or religion?
Sorry,
Just
religion or
religion.
lore. Like, sorry, that's what. Yeah, like, yeah,
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought, yeah, all right.
yeah.
Would
yeah.
lore genealogy work?
Yeah.
Or
No.
okay, so I'll just do religion then.
Okay.
Wow.
So, nice.
Surprisingly high roll for no bonuses for
Nope.
Kaito there.
Shit. All right. Actually, Kaito. Yeah. So now I believe one of you worshipped Shizuru, or has Shizuru as a family goddess. Yes. No. Maybe.
That's actually me.
All right. So Tamaki, while you
Nice.
don't know too many
Surprisingly.
details, you do recognize the image. And Kaito, not only do you recognize the image, but you know a little bit about them. So Shizuru is a Tianmin goddess of the sun, honor, ancestry, and swordplay. She is the patron of most samurai and nobles, as well as that of honorable swordspeople who travel around Tianxia. This is about as much as Tamaki knows, but I'm going to share with you guys a story. A scroll unfurls, and as it does, Kaito, in the back of your mind, a narration voice begins to tell you about Shizuru. Shizuru and the moon god, Tsukio, are lovers. Tsukio, the prince of the moon, and the brother of Fumiyoshi, aeons ago, had grown jealous. Fumiyoshi, learning to covet the brother's love between themselves and Shizuru. On one occasion, Fumiyoshi grew so angry that he murdered Tsukio. A legend holds that the very first stones of jade were formed at a time from the intermingling of Shizuru's tears with Tsukio's blood. Jade is sacred within the Church of the Prince of the Moon, and his holy symbol, that of a crescent moon, is made of the same stone. Shizuru successfully requested the aid of Zhigong, the god of medicine, to resurrect her lover. She then recruited Yaxing, the punisher of the gods, and enforced divine justice, punishing Fumiyoshi by banishing him to his brother's tomb, stripping him of his godly position. She stated that Fumiyoshi would forever envy his betters as the undead envy the living. Fumiyoshi is now styled as the Lord of Envy, and his portfolio comprises of dishonor, graves, envy, and the undead. In contrast, after his rebirth, Tsukio then became also known as the god of spirits. The holy symbol of Shizuru is the katana, with the font of the sun. This is, of course, with all members of the Tianxia pantheon. She is associated with her sacred animal, known as the carp. On Galarian, Shizuru's worship is most significant here, in this area of Tianxia, where she's classed as one of the 20 major gods. Her faith is particularly strong in Goka, Amanda, Shuahongbei, Jinjin, Huayin, Shokuro, Zahui, and Ziha. These are, of course, places that your character knows, but you probably don't.
I know some of them, but not yet.
Yeah. The aims of members of the Church of Shizuru live their lives by example. They inspire virtue in others. In recognition of the Empress's heaven portfolio, the church teaches respect to the ancestors, to family, and to honor. They also teach advanced styles of sword fighting, and even in peaceful times, will use the mastery of the blade to hone their discipline and their peace. There you go. That is what you know.
Yeah, it is appropriate that Kaito would know this because he the god that he most respects is Tsukio, actually. So
There you go.
it makes sense that he would know Shizuru too, I guess.
All right. That is what you know. You can share whatever you would like, or not. It's up to you. But
He'd point that out.
all right. But the temple in front of you is, of course, a small. Oh, sorry, a shrine, not a temple. It's not a whole temple. It's like just a single shrine, set in wood, like a balcony over a cliff face with those, like sort of like I said, those runways of water running over the top of the temple, like coming down, and then over the cliff.
Oh. We could see if, oh wait, no, it's a shrine, so it's probably no one's inside because there isn't much of an inside to a small shrine.
It looks deserted.
Before entering the shrine, if we do though, I do immediately go and start praying a little bit. Just
Very
kind
well.
of pray to myself.
I forget, also, who has oh gosh, why did I forget her name? Oh no.
Shizuru?
Shizuru.
No, oh shoot, I can't believe I forgot her name. Okoya. Who has Okoya's amulet?
I think they said it was me. Originally,
Yep.
I thought it was given to you, but then they said it.
Okay.
So I do have it.
Because I'm still mildly convinced that that's a Tsukio like amulet. So it's like it kind of is
Would you
in a
like to
sort
see
of appropriate place.
it? If you want, you can take it for now and see if
Sure.
you find anything about it. I'll give him the amulet.
Okay. Tamaki passes the amulet of the Blessed Moon to Kaito.
Yeah, does it kind of have is the emblem, like the moon emblem on it, kind of like Tsukio's moon emblem?
Yes, very much so.
Wow, even more appropriate when I told her that may Tsukio watch over you when we departed, because she probably worships him too. But yeah, I mean, and if you guys want to investigate the temple, I kind of want to just relax. If anything happens, I'll be there. But
Well,
just
we
kind of
we
tired.
could rest here for a while, but this is clearly not the main temple. We will need to keep moving.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we could take a little rest here and then continue.
A small rest would be a good idea.
I give Bo some scritches
This
behind
seems
the ear.
safe.
If we take another hour, I can heal. I can try to attempt to treat both your wounds again.
That would be helpful.
That would be nice.
All right. You begin to take ready a chance to rest. Hatsune and Liu, what are you guys doing as you guys are preparing for camp?
Is there one way in to this shrine? Like it's sort of off the path slightly, or
Yeah, there's actually no door, and it is slightly off this. Well, it's off the staircase because again, the staircase
Yeah,
continues to wind up the mountain. As it sort of steps up, there's like a few small steps leading up to it. But it's probably small. It's like maybe 200 foot in area, like 200 foot radius of like platform with the one shrine in the middle.
Mhm.
And the statue
Hatsune-
is huge, by the way. So it's like 15-foot tall statue.
Yeah, Hatsune will sort of direct Bo in if he hasn't already gone in with Kaito, and she'll stand in front of the statue and bow and take some time to meditate in front of the statue first, and then just take time out to just to rest her soul, so to speak, her being. But she's a bit cautious about the fact that we got tracked by the stone golem thing. So she will want to set up in front of the doorway, if you could say it was a doorway, the main area into the shrine, to make sure nothing is coming, so the others can rest and take time. I would suspect that Bo might not want to rest there. So if he wants to, he can come out and stand by the doorway with me, and we can have a peaceful sit and just wait. We're not feeling at all too bad, so we're happy just to wait for the others to heal.
Liu will be outside on the stairs. He's a little restless. He's gonna, as a way of passing the time, practice some staff kata. He's a little more purposeful about the new bamboo staff than he was walking through the forest, where he's just aimlessly whacking at things. Every time he tries to get to a two-handed stance, he winces and has to drop it again. So he's it's an interesting set of sort of fluid motions. Ow! Stop. Start again.
Smacks his hand every once in a while. Ah.
Nice. As you begin your kata, can I get you to make me a performance check?
Sure. Once Fantasy Grounds catches up, yep. Or my computer, it's not really Fantasy Grounds' fault.
I know that feeling.
Nice.
All right. Your kata is beautiful and smooth. As you basically, hang on, let me get some cool. All right. As you begin to flow and follow the kata, the sounds of the water seem to speak to you. As we were speaking before about affinities and the like, water and fluid seem to match the pacing and style of your drunken kempo. Your hands begin to sort of naturally twist and turn as you breathe, kind of deeply, and you kind of feel for a moment like there's that connection. It's not just like you learning to street fight, but you've learnt how to go back to that kind of disciplined martial study. Even for just a fleeting moment, you have this semblance of peace. Hatsune, as you are by the large statue, you can see that the area underneath the statue has a kind of a clear glass that goes around, almost like a moat surrounding the actual statue, beneath which is a koi pond, where you can see a number of fish sort of swimming quite peacefully. Bo is taking very keen interest as he follows you up and into the temple and just sort of is patting at the fish every so often. Kaito, you kind of lie in the sun on the steps as the wind is sort of like rushing past you. Your fur is kind of like just blowing backwards in line with the wind, and the heat is kind of just absolutely refreshing. Taisho, you're kind of off to one side, like sort of investigating the temple, looking at the carvings of war and battle that seem to be on a lot of the wooden structures surrounding the temple. Honestly, it's probably one of the biggest statues of its kind that you have actually seen. As you can imagine, in the underground of Goka, there isn't really too many monuments made to gods and the like. So yeah, as Tamaki, you are moving through and kind of like just keeping a tab on Kaito and Taisho, preparing to heal. You can see a figure approaching. The figure is... Let me just pull this up here. There we go. The figure looks very similar to Taisho. Tall, broad shoulders, a single cloth wrapped around their body, and a set of basically intermittently jade and wooden beads around their neck. That is what you see, Tamaki.
I just turn to face him, and I bow in his direction.
He looks in your
Respecting
direction,
these southern temples.
and he bows.
I'll approach.
You approach the figure. All right. He looks at you, and he says, "Welcome. This is the shrine of Shizuru, and all travelers on the road may find peace and protection here."
Thank you for having us.
This temple is not mine to allow. Like yourselves, I am a wanderer, someone who has chosen to stay. I see that your friends are quite tired and weary from their journey.
Yes, we were planning to pay our respects to the temple as well as taking a little break to heal up and rest up. We are actually on our way to the fire temple.
The fire temple. A long journey indeed lies ahead of you. May I ask, why do you seek the fire temple?
I tell him a little bit of the story of how we were tasked to find the five temples. And
He, as you're talking, you and he wander towards the shrine, where Hatsune, who are kind of, like at the shrine, see this individual walking with Tamaki.
If she's not standing, she'll stand and bow respectfully.
He bows as
Is
well.
it morning or afternoon?
It's currently so let's see. You ate the piranhas at night. You got up super early at dawn with the puppet guy. Then you climbed up for about 4 hours. So I'd say it's maybe actually it's probably only 9:30, 10 a.m. currently. So it's morning, but the morning's getting on.
Yep. Cool. Good morning.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Can we all see this gentleman? No?
Not Taicho yet, and not Lui. Lui, you're kind of over by where the water is flowing and falling off the edge, which is where Taisho is. Kaito, you're on the steps leading into the temple, so you can definitely hear stuff. And if you kind of look up from your siesta, you can definitely see them. But yeah, that's where everyone is currently.
I'll probably just be sitting up and just kind of watching their conversation, but not really inputting anything. Unless something strikes me, but...
Something's hit you. Just... Sorry, it's fine.
I tell him we originally came from Goka.
You've mentioned the why you're here.
Yeah.
He says, your journey looks to have been a long and hard-fought one. He kind of actually pats Bo, almost unafraid. Bo still very interested in the fish. And I hope that you can find some respite here. But I'm afraid if you're seeking a master at the top of the temple, you may find yourself disappointed. The masters at the Temple of the Dragon have taken a sacred vow and do not teach their ways to others.
How so? Do they think it's too dangerous, or?
No, quite the opposite. There are few that would survive the training of the monks up in the mountains. You see, the Dragon Temple was named because it was a place closest to the heavens where the dragons would converse with those worthy enough. But even listening to the voice of the dragon can be fatal to some. So the monks trained hard and in solitary. If the answers you seek are up there, then you too must be strong. Otherwise, they will simply turn you away.
Strong how?
You must be able to defeat the Guardian. Upon the Guardian's defeat, you may be permitted to speak with the monks.
What is the Guardian, do you know?
The Guardian is a great warrior, one of power and strength. Someone who, in their own way, has defeated me time and time again. I train to hope to one day better know myself, so that I can defeat them once and for all.
I kind of look at him questioningly and say, "Are you talking about the Oni statue that was in front of this temple?"
He smiles. No, the statue is a guardian, and it protects against... And at this point, this is when Taisho kind of has come around the circuit of the building. And seeing you... Come on. Do the thing. Alright. Yes. Seeing you, he immediately turns and comes to attention. His hand places firmly over his, what looks to be a katana by his side. His eyes begin to glow with kind of, a very, very, like, you know when a cat, like, sort of, like, his eyes just sort of take focus. And he says, "Oni, you are not welcome here." He, draws a long katana.
Oh, whoa. I just kind of back up a little bit. He's with us.
I see. Then I am sorry. I need you all to roll initiative, and you guess, Taisho, you can have your interjection once we. Actually, you don't need to roll, but yeah. But yeah.
My interjection was going to be. Nitso's Yamir. So I will speak in. I speak in the language of the Oni to him, saying, "Not just as you are not welcome here, sir."
As he, yeah, okay. I'll leave that one for now. All right. Top of the round is Liu. Liu, you hear the sounds of commotion coming from the temple. Naturally.
Yeah. So Liu will come to investigate and pause, seeing a stranger with sword drawn in the midst of the group, and just. What's going on?
Person with the grudge against Taisho, I guess. Or Oni in general. Just pulled a weapon on him.
Sir, this is a shrine. Put the weapon away and we can talk about this.
As you can see from the shrine itself, being a shrine to the warrior god of honor with a katana, you're, I mean... spilling blood at this kind of place is not an overly issue.
Yeah, but Liu really got nothing to do with this religion or anything. So.
Oh yeah, true. But it does mean you don't know about it.
I will attempt a diplomacy check, I guess.
All right, yeah, no, go with a diplomacy check then, if that's what we're up to. So I'm gonna say one action to kind of move around, and then a second action for a diplomacy check. A diplomacy check of a 19. Will not be enough to convince this individual to stand down.
It's okay. I didn't expect to, but it's about as persuasive as Liu can be, so I'm happy with that.
Oh yeah, no, and that's fine. Okay. Next up is... Oh, sorry, you've got one more action if you want to take it.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Tamaki. Now again, you are standing right next to this individual.
Oh yeah, I was. I just say to him, we don't want to fight. We just got here, and you seem so friendly.
That's a statement.
Yeah. Please stop.
Okay. make a diplomacy check.
I don't think I'm gonna pass. I don't have any bonus to it, but I can at least try.
Not all Oni are friendly.
Yeah, I don't pass.
Okay, yeah, no, with a 12, no. He does not seem to listen to you.
Okay. Well, I tried, and then I'm gonna attempt to trip him. Since I'm standing right next to him.
Okay, make an attack roll. I'm gonna put him on the previous map because I don't have a.
You didn't even wait for the person that's good at speaking to speak. No.
Bear with me while I put the token down.
Sorry.
You can be polite while he's lying on the ground.
Yeah. Or at this point, I could just try to scare him because apparently I'm better at that than I am talking.
Okay.
Alright, where is he? Oh, he's not.
There is. Alright, there you go. You guys should all be able to see the token now.
So I don't want to do damage with the scarf. I'm just using it to try and trip him.
Sure, so
Unless-
make an athletics check.
Okay. Actually, the idea was like I didn't have it like equipped on me. It was just kind of around my neck kind of thing. So I just kind of impromptu used my leg to try and kick him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not
Then
using
yeah,
it.
just kick him then. Yep, that's fine. Yep.
So
Just wrap your leg
would
around
that
his
be, like, is
knee.
that athletics or is that?
Yeah, it's still in athletics.
Ah. Oh wait, why?
That's
What?
a wrong skill.
No, yeah. I
That's
hit
a wrong
the
skill, that is.
You start to look at him and try to use magic. It does not work. Okay, yeah, no,
Same
that
thing, pretty much.
that has no effect. He lifts his foot and avoids your leg sweep.
Yeah, that's all I can really do.
All right. We then go to Kaito. Kaito, you are on the
Yeah, I
steps
can
just
actually
outside the temple.
Yeah, I'll stand up and kind of walk forward or like try to position myself as best I can between like Taisho and the this monk. Did he give his name? He didn't even give his
He
name.
did
yet,
not give
he?
his name.
Yeah. And I was just like, and for my diplomacy check, I was like, please, like, we've been through a lot. Like, we just need a rest. Could you like
Give us a break.
this doesn't need to be a fight. He'll also put a little bit more crocodile tears in there too to maybe sell it.
Sure. All right. Make a
Careful approach to
diplomacy check.
diplomacy.
Just.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
He's so good at no.
Taisho would probably be offended by it and attack him even if you succeeded with that approach.
That's a good point.
Okay, unfortunately, Taisho, you are the only person who hasn't acted in combat yet. And because of the sudden strike ability of the this particular guardian. Yes? Oh, Hatsune.
I haven't acted.
Oh, so Hatsune hasn't acted. Well, I mean, I was gonna say
Oh.
he anyone who hasn't acted in combat is flat-footed. He is targeting Taisho is more what I meant. So it is his turn right now as he is going to hit Taisho while he is flat-footed.
Lance did a reroll.
As a reroll for Kaido. All right,
Yes.
Kaido gets a reroll.
Thank you, Lance. I think he's tired of me constantly rolling low. Things that I'm
Could
good
be,
at.
could definitely be.
You get lower.
Oh my
I can't
And it was worse.
It's gonna be
It was worse.
It was worse. Look, look, let me put it this way: the DC isn't small either. Yeah, basically, any diplomacy check to try and get people to change their overall value would be like, it's like, hey, Hatsune, do you want to like quit being a sumo? And it's like roll a check. It's like, it's higher
Yeah.
based on how integral it is to
Yeah.
that person's mentality. So, with their first action, they have their katana in hand, and they take a stance. As they do so, they flip the katana downwards and take hold of their second katana. A wakizashi, a small wakizashi, and draw it in a reverse grip. Both blades now held in reverse at the same time. He begins to bob and weave, and as he does, you get this image of a praying mantis. Now, Kaito, while you are in the way, his second action, he lunges forward. And it's almost as if his spine unlocks and stretches as he has a 20-foot reach.
Oh, jeez.
As he stretches his arm out past you and then wrenches his whole body backwards suddenly to try and hit Taisho from the back, who is flat-footed with the sudden strike stuff. All right. He can only do that with one hand, so that's fine. All right. As the katana sinks, Taisho, you take 10 points of damage. And as he does so,
I healed you earlier.
because of the blade, the way the blade is being held, he is now going to try and drag you towards him. What's your fortitude save? Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah, never mind.
With a natural 20. So, Kaito, faster than you can see, moving past your body, you just suddenly realize that you have no idea how, but you're now standing behind Taisho, who has been pulled directly forward in front of him. With his third action, well, actually, you're also grappled now. Well, are you grappled? No, I'd say you're dragged, not grappled. I mean, technically it is. No,
Technically a grapple, yeah.
No, technically you're grappled. Okay, so I'm gonna grapple you. All right, so yeah, you'll need a DC 22 to break the grapple. He's not going to attack you again, however. He does look you in the eye, and he says, "You are not welcome here, kin of fire. The spirits are angered by you, and the mountain screams. Shizuru shall see you fall." That is all he says with that third action. You can kind of tell he's, rather than trying to kill you, he's trying to get Taisho to piss off. Otherwise he would have, kept stabbing you.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Good. Which brings us to Taisho.
I'm currently grappled, basically.
Yes, you are currently grappled. So basically the way it works is that you imagine you've got like a blade just kind of tucked underneath your arm and across your body. That's kind of how the blade is currently sitting. The way his arm bends is not natural. It's almost as if most of his joints are dislocated.
Would I be able to use... Okay. I'm just trying to think about this. Look at me thinking when Taisho doesn't think.
You can take a moment if you'd like.
I'm just trying to think what Taisha would do.
Well, what I'm wanting to say is we can see what... I was going to say we can see what Hatsune does, and then Taisha could react to that if...
No, Taisha's going to look him in the eye and said, "Well, how are you welcome?" in common, and at the same time try and knock the hat off his head.
You knock the... Well, no, that's perfect. You turn and you knock the hat off his head. As you do so, you notice that this Oni does not have a third eye.
That startles me. So I'm just simply staring at the fact that there's no third eye.
He looks at you, and you look at him. In place of the third eye, there is a tattoo. The tattoo is a symbol in Oni, which simply reads, never forget. Is the symbol on his head. Hatsune, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know if I know anything about Oni, so I don't know if the eye thing makes a difference.
Yep. Oh, actually, growing up, because you've spent a lot of time in Goka, so what you would know about Oni is Oni are demons, not kind of demons, not sort of they are a type of demon. Traditionally, each of them are spirits of nature that have been corrupted and transformed. So every single element has a type of Oni, like water Oni, wind Oni, fire Oni, etc., etc., etc. That corruption transforms them from their spirit form into a mortal form that is quite violent and aggressive. Inside bonus. There we go. You got an insight bonus here. So I'll give you a little bit more anyway. So the Oni themselves are recognizable because not only do they look very similar to orcs and half-orcs, they also have a third eye. This eye is magical. It allows them unique powers as they, have those ties to those original elements. And some say that it is the eye of the greater Oni that is, kind of like cursed. As far as the insight bonus goes, your insight bonus here is that you've known that Taisho has been an Oni for the entire time. But he's an Oni who has been fighting other Oni, which is peculiar. But, the way he acts, the violence, the aggression, that all kind of checks out. The individual you've seen was very peaceful right up until the point where he saw Taisho. In this particular case, with your insight bonus provided by Lance, you could probably say that... you could probably say that this person is quite clearly having a case of misunderstanding. Taisho is an Oni, and he's kind of gone, that means you are a demon, that means you must be slain, that means you are here for trouble, you are not welcome on this island, because, in his mind, he's casting a demon out. Which is what you do when you're, when that's the thing. So that is your insight bonus as to what the circumstances are here. Tamaki and Kaito have also attempted to, and Liu, have all attempted to reason with this individual, but have not yet been successful. And you also notice that Bo does not seem to be springing into action. Almost as if Bo does not feel threatened, or feel that you're threatened. And he doesn't care about Kaito. Not like that anyway. Not yet.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious he could have been more violent and wasn't. So am I able to move her? I don't know. Yeah. Walk forward. She's in two minds. She doesn't know what to do. So am I able to walk past Tamaki and stand in between the two Oni? No.
I'm in a loving swordly embrace.
Yeah,
Are you?
Yeah, they're in a grapple at the moment.
Oh, okay.
What I'll say is, in the spirit of it, you can move yourself in next to them and place one hand upon both of them to try and kind of separate them.
I'm trying to move myself, and it's not there.
Make me an athletics check if you could.
Yep. Bad.
Nice.
That's enough. All right. Yeah, you managed to push them both apart. And I'm just gonna say that because you're right next to them. That's one action. You've got two more actions to do. As you do so, I imagine that Taisho, but both Onis will look at you as you force them apart with quite a substantial amount of strength.
Yep. almost
Dust
like
just
the
flies out
mountain
everywhere.
just went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mountain split.
Mount. Oh, I like that. The mountain split. Known as
So that's what that
crevice.
feels like.
Yep, that's now
Um,
Hatsune's first special move called the Mountain Split.
or crevice. Yeah, and then she is actually going to be really stupid and stand in between the two of them
Okay.
and go. Now, she's not very good at diplomacy.
Apparently not. I'm not either.
But I know, and she knows that I'm not good at diplomacy. So, so she's going to say, "Stop! No, please stop. We just want some time to rest, and then we will go." And I'm going to roll diplomacy to fail it, but that's what she's going to do.
All right,
She's gonna
let's see how
take
you do.
leaf out of Bo's book because he's not feeling threatened, so she's not feeling threatened.
With an 8.
Of course, I'm not going to get that anyway.
With an 8,
But-
that does not seem to work. However,
Of course.
given that everyone in the group has vouched for Taisho, and Taisho didn't attack straight away, I'm going to allow a percentage roll from the group, which, given it is currently Hatsune's turn, Hatsune, could you
Mhm.
roll me a percentage, please?
And how do I do that?
If you right-click on your D10 on the Fantasy Grounds, there should be a option to bring up a percentage, which if you click on that and then roll that in the chat box, will
Cool.
let you roll a percentage.
Oh. So you pick the percentage and then like that. Cool. Not cool, but
Nope, 25 is
Ah.
25 is literally what 25 or higher is what you needed.
oh.
He takes a step back and looks at you and the others and how you've stood. He turns back his blades and puts them and says, "It would be dishonorable to fight further, especially that you do not seem to go for your weapon as thirstily as your kin."
No,
He
I am tired.
he reaches
I
up.
am not-
He reaches up and grabs your hat and then throws it to the ground. Like, this is angry. You can tell he's quite, pissed off. One, because you've knocked off his hat, and second, he's gonna knock off your hat. Right. So he's grabbed the like little tussle thing at the top and just thrown it to the ground.
Just wrenched it. Doing that, the third eye of Taisho is instantly revealed, and it is a very stark, fiery red.
He looks and he says, "You ask how I am welcome here and how you are not. That is because evil still burns within you, and that is the proof there. I don't know what you have done to convince these people otherwise, but I have turned to a new path, and Shizuru has taught me of honor and of peace. Perhaps..." He takes a deep breath. "Perhaps there is a reason why you are here. Perhaps my journey is not here to slay you, but something else." Apologies for my reaction. He bows. "I ask that you not forgive, but merely understand that the Oni are a force of destruction. In the same way a man would rise with a bucket to stifle a flame burning his home, many will react in the same way at the presence of the Oni."
Yeah, I have noticed this. Why I wore my helmet.
He picks up his hat and he hands you your helmet. He again seems a lot more calmer as he does so. He says, "I am Master Bansho, and I too was similarly taken by greed, pride, and a desire to kill. Until I found my way here and was able to channel what I at least thought was my latent anger into something more productive." He explains that the Oni Daimyo has influence everywhere, but it's not the corruption within their organization that drives them to it. It's the nature of the Oni. All Oni covet the element that they were born from, a desire deep within each of them to return to their spiritual forms. But none have been able to do so in the past. He explains that with his eye, once he gave up his desire to return to the spirit world and to become a water spirit, his eye sealed forever. It was then that he knew peace, as he was no longer fighting, struggling, bleeding, and dying for something that he didn't understand why he needed it. And he dedicated his life to Shizuru.
You have given me much to think about.
I hope so. But you said that you wished to rest, and I wish to atone in some measure. Please, rest. I will prepare some food. And, if you would like, I can teach you a little bit about the Guardian at the top of the mountain. Perhaps it may help you overcome what I could not.
That would be helpful, Master Bansho. If I may, I would like to sit and talk with you further. After food.
Yes, there will be time. All right. Well done. At this point in time, this is what is going to equate to our level up. So you guys are going to level up and learn from Master Bansho. So each of you are going to acquire a technique that, for anyone who wishes to receive their training, or his training. Who would like to do so? It's Taisho, Kaito, Tamaki. All right, very well. The three of you will learn Spirit Sense. What this will allow you to do is you can sense the spirits within people and objects. So, for example, in the case of the Oni, you'll be able to tell if an Oni is if a person is an Oni. Looking at Taisho, you can see a burning fire within their form. Looking at Master Bansho, you see nothing. You do not see that same spirit. As he mentioned, it is now gone from his person. In addition, he explains that some spirits have the ability to possess others and force them to do things. Though it is very rare, this ability will allow you to see that as well. So he basically teaches you this through a series of meditations. As for Hatsune and Liu, the Temple of Shizuru is known for a great legend. The great legend, while the others are, again, training in this particular art, is that there are 5 streams, each of which that pour over the edge. They run down from the top of the mountain and each carry a virtue of the dragon. There is strength. There is... hang on, sorry. I have it here. All right. There we go. So, there is the virtue of truth, the virtue of freedom, the virtue of compassion, the virtue of humility, and the virtue of love. So truth, freedom, compassion, humility, and love. There is...
Which is which?
They'll go from left to right. As you can see on the... there's kind of like a little plaque on the side of the railing, attached to which is a small wooden ladle attached to like a long kind of like... what do you call it? A long, like, sort of cup thing, you know? Yeah, you get what I'm saying. And it says, you may drink from one of these to gain the truth, to gain part of the virtues of the dragon. And Hatsune and Liu, you are both invited to, if you wish to do that.
Ooh.
Okay, let me get my cameras back in order, because I think we've just lost Edward. Sorry, just got blue screened of death. Okay, yep.
Oh no.
Okay,
Yeah,
everyone will be out of place, but that's okay for now.
that's okay.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Woo, hello.
Okay, there we go. It's me.
He's back. Yay.
All right.
Wow. Lou, what would you choose?
I wouldn't.
Wouldn't choose it to drink from the fountain.
Well, they're a celebration of virtue. It's been a long time since I was virtuous.
Oh, it's more about imbibing virtue than it is to be virtuous. It is to be it is to gain it from the heavens, as it were.
Yeah. Well, what do you survive for that? Please choose one.
Those Lou, it could be alcoholic.
Please, it's mountain water.
It's true. It is mountain water. Filthy stuff. Never touch it.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
right
it's
on
not
this
like
stuff.
People up top just pour sake into it all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll be
that would
missing
be
out.
more
Yeah.
my kind of action, wouldn't it? To place my magic staff
Take
one section in
Yeah,
each
just
in
take
each
a
stream, just to corrupt the waters.
take a cup, pour your cup in there, and then drink it.
Oops.
Hatsune is actually going to have some, and she's going to choose the stream of, or the water flow of compassion.
All right. Very nice. As you hold the ladle out over the cliff face, it's actually an uncomfortable lean. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. As
Is that the main?
As you lean over.
Where is it?
A reflex save, sorry. What am I saying?
Yep.
Yep. As you lean over with the ladle.
Oh,
Oh no!
it's almost an 18.
No, that's fine. You need a 10.
Oh, nice.
So as you lean over, the ladle fills and you pull it back over the ledge. Now, keeping in mind, this is a cliff, so there's a very healthy drop at the bottom of that.
Yeah.
As you place it to your lips and you drink from the fountain, you feel a wave of energy flow through your person. You will permanently increase your diplomacy skill 1 step. So if you were untrained before, you are now trained in diplomacy.
Oh, yay. Where are I? I'll need that because I don't have diplomacy. Woohoo!
There you go. All right.
Nice.
Now, there's plenty of time for you guys to do a full rest. So if you guys wish to wait 8 hours, you can rest for the day, undergoing the training and doing the like, or you can set off earlier. What would you prefer?
I'm gonna leave it up to Kaito and them because I'm okay.
We should wait, I think. Those burns and other wounds will take time to heal.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I look to Lou, and you need to heal your arm too.
Well, Yeah, but the walk up the slope shouldn't make that any worse.
I just poke him.
Ah,
You
hey,
need to heal that arm.
why? I have 3 other good limbs to strike with. I'm fine.
It's very true.
And also your head. Don't forget your head.
All right.
That's a different technique.
You gather
Let's
around
try
by
making
a.
Tengu- Sorry, go.
I was gonna say you gather around by a pot of what looks to be it's a nabe. So it's filled with mountain vegetables, some mushrooms and the like, some slabs of tofu. There's no meat in it at all. As this individual is what is called a wujen. A wujen is a spiritualist, someone who again has a number of practices. They cannot touch dead bodies. They cannot bathe. They cannot wash themselves, and they cannot eat meat. There's a whole bunch of other rules and stuff like that. But he prepares you the pot, which absolutely smells divine, even if you're not a vegetarian. Smells absolutely incredible. And you sit down to eat. During this period of time, we are going to take a quick campfire scene. Each of you are invited to share a piece of your story pertaining to... Let's go with... our flashback cards. I love flashback cards.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
each of you are sharing a story about... No.
No.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful. About your best friend. Now, this doesn't have to be someone in the group. It doesn't have to be someone that the group knows, but it is a story about your best friend that you've had for your character. You can also choose not to share the story. By the way, this is just the campfire topic as we go into it. So, Tamaki, let's start with you.
Tamaki would feel he mentions that he never actually might have he's known a lot of people, but he's never actually had a best friend. He spent most of his life learning from his father to be a magistrate, as well as training against his brothers. Every once in a while, when I was able to get out of the city, I mainly would make friends, as the job of the magistrate is to be friendly. So I'm usually friendly with everybody that I meet. So I don't particularly have a best friend. I've got tons of people I know that I am friends with. And so there might have been times that I've had pets, but maybe my father would have taken them away because it was interrupting my training. Although he himself has like a hawk that always he uses like a messenger, like a hawk messenger.
Sure.
So I wouldn't really consider that much of a friend because he's using it to take. It's like how they would have.
Is this the story Tamaki is sharing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking.
But yeah, basically he knows a lot of people from the town of Goka, because he would go out and meet everybody, but he's never actually had a best friend.
All right. Kaito.
Well, other than Yan Li, who, I mean, honestly is more family than friend, he's always had a couple of, partners in crime is probably the more appropriate term. Like someone makes a distraction while someone else goes to steal something. But a lot of times people need to disappear for a while after something like that. So it's been a very off and on thing. Like, some of them he would never even see again, like if they had to leave town or something. So he never really got super closely attached to anyone, nor did anyone want to get attached to him in any way. But Yeah, he always had his solace at the tea shop with Yan Li. Um, but he always wants to try to make friends. It just doesn't work very well.
All right. Liu?
Uh, well, I mean, I guess I had friends growing up. I grew up in the northern mountains. Not too dissimilar from this, I suppose. So I had friends in my boyhood, but I was the great hope of the village. Always training. Always training. So what comes to my mind is not the friends of my boyhood, but the bird. There was a roosting spot near the village, a hawk, some bird of prey, that would circle above the peaks, and oh, how I envied that bird its freedom. Take wing and just fly. We learned some techniques as part of my village's style that imitated the movements of the birds, but always earthbound. And as he does so, he moves to stand on the railing of the shrine. I could dive into the pool. I won't. There's probably some sanctifying rule. It would be cheating. A series of catches and holds that I learned to break the fall on the way down. The swoop would look impressive, but it would be a fraud, just like me.
All right.
That's my story.
Hatsune.
Such sad stories. Growing up, I was always very happy. And we had lots of other dwarven kids to play with, and I was really close to my sisters. There's two of them. And we always used to torment my brother. He was the eldest, and like all firstborn children was always do as you're told, etc. And as the youngest, I tormented him greatly. But I don't know if I truly had a friend until I came to the stable, and my best friend is really a bear. After deciding to be a sumo and being shunned by my family, shunned by society, even when I got to Goka, which I thought was going to be amazing, and the only two people that accepted me since then were my master and a bear. So it will be hard to let him go. I need to find the right place for him because he can't keep coming along with us, but I don't know when and I don't know how. And so it is nice to think that I might have new friends with you, but Lou, your reaction to the comment about family the other day was interesting, and I don't know, but I'm hoping that this trip is more about being friends and finding someone to belong to again, rather than finding fighting styles or the mysteries of masters. I don't know.
I mean,
That's
all you
what I
really have
feel.
to prove is just to prove how strong you are. I mean, as long as you prove that, people understand how, I mean, even if it isn't like honorary or something, for a female to be doing sumo, to me it doesn't bother me. Like you're strong. You help protect us. We help protect you.
You see that in the ring. Like my first fight was the fight I was supposed to have in that ring against that monster, and it ended up being a street brawl.
True.
But then looking back at what's happened, I wonder if they were using me because they knew it wouldn't matter. Who in the sumo world would have been devastated by the death or whatever of the female sumo dwarf who brought shame and dishonor to the art just by being female.
And being tossed away like scraps in the fighting pits as well, sentenced to die.
They have a lot to answer for.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as the large furry form of Bo kind of moves up from behind you and kind of rests its head underneath your hands that are kind of by your side. There's just kind of this very low rumbling sound that he's making as he's trying to comfort you, as bears do.
This is not a bear hug.
Yes.
So she just, if you aware of people and pick things up, she just starts to stroke him and scratch behind the ear, and it's almost like it's not even a conscious thing. She just pats, strokes with him, and is the other Oni, is he with us still?
He's gone off to have a word with Taisho.
That's fine. So, I wonder what Taisho's life was like. He seems very lonely, and he doesn't seem to know anything about being with people.
You mentioned not
Nifton.
having family, but
Yeah, if you didn't know what the concept of family was, you might not understand friends either.
I thought he said something about having a friend, but I don't know. We could always ask him, but if he doesn't want to talk about it, eventually he'll talk about it when he's ready.
All right.
Yeah.
We cut now to a slightly further away conversation as Taisho and Master. Oh God, I forgot his name.
Banshu?
Master
Banshu.
Banshu.
Anshu, yes.
Yes, as Taisho and Master Banshu are kind of kneeling before one another.
Master, how?
That
you
is
said you gave it. You said you gave your desire up. How?
I tasted true defeat. And not so much the defeat that one feels at the end of one's life, or fighting a giant monster, a great beast that threatens to devour you and end your existence. I faced an unerring force and could not overcome it. And there's something inside me that part that wanted to never relent continued to crash against it like waves crashing against the coast. But as the coast never defeats the cliff, I could not overcome my adversary, and in time I realized the futility of what I was fighting for. I could find no purpose to continue, and so I sought out a new path, and was thankfully shown that new path. There's always going to be a part of me that is angered and desires, but It's a quiet and soft voice. And he takes off his hat and once again reveals the Oni symbol for never forget on his forehead where his third eye used to be. He says, "It's important to remember. It's important to know and to accept who you are and what you are so that you may truly understand how to defeat it."
But the fire is me. I cannot let it go. It is part of me. It was me.
Of course, but just as waters can cause floods and can create and bring the storm, it can also be at rest. Just as fire can burn a town or a village or be used to warm a hearth and cook a meal. Our definition of what these things are and what we are as free as the elements themselves that we desire to go back to. My path took me away from that desire. I followed where my new journey took, and I no longer wish to return to the natural world. Instead, I have embraced the idea of mortality. Just as one day the trees will wither, and as the sun sets, I too shall have my day where I too will no longer be. I do not fear it. I don't look forward to it. But I have accepted it.
That is something I cannot accept right now. There's too much for me to give up. The fire is me. The fire is everything.
And that is fine. But know this, brother, that traveling with that hate and that fire will draw people to you. You will never shake off what people see so long as that fire is there. Even now, I seclude myself up here and keep this temple or this shrine because I know deep down that no one would accept even me, and that is okay.
But you said, as fire can burn down a house, can it also warm the hearth and cook? Can it not be that I can tame the fire? Maybe.
Only you will be able to find out the truth for yourself.
I think I have a long road ahead.
Indeed. Now, as
Don't give on, master.
he bows deeply, and will present you with something. He pulls out from behind him what looks to be a cloth-wrapped stick. It is a katana, a old, battered, worn, and bruised-looking weapon. He says, "This belonged to the person who showed me my path. Having found it, I am always grateful. But keepsakes are material attachments, and I'm sure that wherever they may be, they would like to know that their message and their voice could inspire others as well." He bows and he presents to you, he unfolds the cloth, and you again see the katana, which he then offers to you.
Does it have a name?
It does not. But I have called it... One moment. English to Japanese. I've called it Seishin.
I shall bear it in honor.
as you go to I'm just gonna you try to kind of pull it out of its sheath. It does not budge. He explains that when it is time, Seishin will reveal its true nature, as too it will reveal yours. And with that, we leave the scene of the shrine as our heroes rest and level up. And at the top of the shrine, following the stairs leading up another 3 days' travel up the mountainside, there is a hard, strong, looming figure at the entrance to what looks to be a circular stone gate, and the symbol of a winding dragon with a scroll in its jaws awaits our heroes. And that is where we're going to end today's session.
It's a good cliffhanger.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming and hanging out. Thank you to, of course, all the people who have joined us partway, who have joined us at the very, very start. We had a wonderful time. I am Michael. I have the Dead as a Gamer. This was great. We won't do our memorable moments for today. Actually, you know what? Let's do a speed run. And this is like a 2-second speed run. Okay. Speed run memorable moments. Tamaki, go. Good. Well done. Taisho.
I kind of liked how we were at like the Kiyomizu temple. It was kind of like almost like a reference, like a real world location. It was cool.
Nice. It was very inspired by real world locations, because there is actually a place very similar to that in Shanghai. Yes. Taicho.
Master Bancho.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Just
Excellent.
that whole thing, everything.
Yeah.
That was a lot of good stuff.
Liu.
Look, this was one of my favorite game sessions for a long time, and that's saying something
Aw.
for this. There was so much I loved in this slot. It was really cool.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you so much. I super appreciate that. Hatsune.
Oh, just about everything. I loved Master Benchu. I loved the shrine. I absolutely adored how Taishu got out of the golem. That was amazing.
Oh, that
Loved
was
it.
really cool.
Just launches
And
himself through.
I know, and even the dice give me that 20 so that I could just like take the leg off that thing. It was just cool.
Nice.
But yeah, it was really fun.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. My favorite moment was Hatsune's, and actually Hatsune and Liu's story in the campfire scene was definitely my favorite. I was just so captivated. Not to say that Kaito and Tamaki didn't have good ones, but those two in particular, I was just like, man, I could just listen to that for hours. Like that should have been the whole show. Like I could have just listened to this story. It was so good. It was well done. So kudos to you guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our end of time. So I'm going to thank each and every one of you for all of the wonderful support that you guys have offered. Obviously channel points and stuff like that, hanging out, being able to come and just chat with us. It's always absolutely wonderful and really does help motivate me to continue doing this awesome stuff. We are now going to go and raid the dreaded GM, who is, I can't take that action. What do you mean I can't take that action? Don't tell me what I can do, Twitch. Okay? Right? Don't tell me what I can do. I'm just going to refresh, and then we're going to go and raid Dread, because that's what I want to do. Okay? Good. Frickin' raid. Thank you. Is that so hard? Okay. As you know, these next couple of hours, like 36 hours, is Dread running con save, and I will be running a Through the Breach game in 2 hours, so be sure to come and check that out if you would like. In the meantime, however, be wonderful, stay safe, be excellent to each other, until we meet again. As always, from me to you, game hard or die trying. Good night.
Bye.